Greetings, traveler. I used to watch a lot of game reviews after release. I used to watch a lot of GDC talks from developers of successful games, why their game was successful. I used to watch a lot of analysis videos and so on about what makes this game good and so on. But I came to a realization that made me stop all of that. My name is Xanthos. I've been working in the games industry for over 10 years now. And in my search to understand what makes a game good, I used to consume a lot of content like that. Reviews from famous game reviewers, developers, and so on. And I realized that no matter how many of these videos I watch and how closely I try to understand the content, this would have zero impact on the way I made my games. And that was troubling because that's the whole point of watching these videos, right? To increase your understanding, to understand new techniques and so on. And the fact that there was no improvement despite watching all that content so closely troubled me greatly. So I tried to research that. Why does watching this type of content not have an impact on the quality of the things you make or I make? And I came upon the concept called survivorship bias. So to put that concept in very, very simple terms, it talked about humans, I believe, initially, and how humans as a species survived while many other species, like, I don't know, dinosaurs and whatever, did not survive to the present day. So many people have tried to explain why that's the case, because humans are smart or because humans, I don't know, have big eyes or whatever. And that's exactly the point. Trying to explain it is after the fact. So anything you say about it is potentially correct. So all this explanation, all this attempt to give your version of why something was successful, humans or in this case video games, is meaningless. It's meaningless because no matter what you say, you will be correct. If you say that that game was successful because it has great graphics, sure. Or it was successful because the game design was really good, sure. Or the programming of that game was so good and the engine was so well optimized and so on, that's why it was successful. Sure, why not? Anything you say is on the background that that game was successful. So even if you say, actually, you know, I like the outfit of the fourth character from the left, that's what really sold the game. You cannot be wrong. And that's a problem. And when I realized that, I stopped watching game reviews, all these GDC talks from developers of successful games and so on immediately. Something that also occurred to me is that why do these reviews get put online? Why do people make reviews, and why do places like GDC and other conventions, they like to invite developers from successful games to give their presentation? Well, they want views, actually. It is a business, of course. So that business, both the business of reviewing and analyzing and explaining and so on, they need people to watch. And there's a far higher likelihood of people watching content that comes from a successful game and so on, or a popular game. So conversely, if there was a developer who hasn't done anything successful, or they don't have millions of sales, they would have to find some other reason to make their content interesting. While if a game has sold hundreds of millions of copies, it really doesn't matter what the content of the presentation is about, because many people would be interesting to hear the magical reason why that one thing was successful, and that's a very big motivation for platform owners and reviewers and so on to choose to discuss this game or to invite someone from that game to discuss it. So that is a big fallacy I noticed in the way these videos are made and the way these platforms are populated. And since I realized that, I started thinking more specifically about my design and what I can do specifically for a game in order not to explain its success post-launch, but to take steps that will essentially help that product be successful and be as sure as possible pre-launch. If you're interested in that, the next video I'll upload will be on that topic. So until then, have fun.